In May of 2008, China had an 8.0 magnitude earthquake. 69,127 lives were lost, 17,198 people went missing, and a total of 45 million people were affected. In western New Zealand, there was a 1412 Ha earthquake, and it destroyed almost all of the forests. Since the earthquake, New Zealand has been under reconstruction, and in a total of 650 years, only 86% of the forest has been reconstructed.
Earthquakes are measured by their seismicity and are divided in two categories, minor and major. An earthquake is a shaking of the ground caused by an abrupt shift of rock along the fracture in the earth called a fault. Earthquakes are a slow earth process whose development increases day by day and also increases in hilly areas.
Earthquakes cause liquefaction in soil. They cause an expansion of soil structure which causes stiffness and strength loss, which will result in puncturing in the settlement and building tilt. Earthquake simulations have been created in California to create an idea about when earthquakes may occur, and also just to learn more about earthquakes in general. It has been proven that weak segment earthquakes happen in 200-year intervals, and that strong segment earthquakes happen in 600-year intervals. These simulations are proving a benchmark for future studies. How did the sociological theory relate to your topic?
Our first terminology that we did was environmental sociology, which is an area of inquiry which focuses on the relationship between the society and physical environment. In our case, the physical environment was destroyed by a huge earthquake which left many people in the society grieving, and they had to just start over and basically make new lives for themselves. And that's how that relates to our project.
And also we chose social science discipline. This is because geography, with its long history of focusing on the development of the natural landscape and the biogeography, was the social science that adapted most easily to growing concerns. This theory states that environmental problems are fundamentally social problems, which in our case is very correct, because when an earthquake happens, the society is left with many problems, and the loss of homes and the loss of lives deeply impact those of our society, and that completely relates this terminology with our subject. We chose the risk society theory as our theory. We believe that it would relate the most to our topic. What is the risk society theory, you ask? It is the distribution of risk. It is the orienting characteristic of the modern world. Every day you wake up and there is a risk that something bad is going to happen. In states like California or countries like China, New Zealand, Japan, they are at an even higher risk and a more severe risk actually due to earthquakes. These earthquakes, like we have said, ruin many people's lives and in many cases take their lives. An earthquake is a much different type of disaster than most places are used to. Although many disasters happen, we can usually expect them and prepare, but with earthquakes, that is not most likely an option. They happen at any given time without any warning, and that is why every day is a risk.
Social threats differ from previous risks in the past because they are undetectable by human sensory perception. In the past, earthquakes have happened, but they didn't happen nearly as much as they've been occurring in, like, say, the past 10 years or so. The biggest reason earthquakes are dangerous and threatened is because they're undetectable to our modern society, and they occur at any given time, at any moment. We've built up our environments around, we've made buildings, we've made cities, and that's another reason that it's more of a risk for everybody, because we have more people around, we're more populated, and there's much more for these earthquakes to damage, and these are some reasons why we think the risk society theory was good.
We chose the environmental sociology theory. The definition is an area of inquiry which focuses on the relationship between society and physical environment.